Yes, let's.
Okay, we are back. And y'all were heading up a hill?
We were gonna go to Thorns.
Thorns, yes, good, cool. Yeah, she's not at home.
Doesn't look like she's at home.
I think I sort of shrug and say, yes, yes. Oh, although I do remember, there was something that she left for me in exchange for that rum I brought her, and I'm sure she said. And as I'm like saying this, I like start walking around like the side of the house, and I'm still talking. I'm like, sure, she said, just let yourself in and pick it up if I'm not at home. I'm sure that's what she said. I could be remembering wrong. I'm very old, and like by the time I've sort of finished this, I've got to the back door, and I'm gonna just sort of like try and break into the house, basically.
You break into the house. Well done.
Cool. Sweet. Yeah. And I sort of like, just, I like stick my arm back out the door and like wave for the two of you to come in.
It's pretty dark.
Alright. I wander in.
I'm gonna stay outside.
Sure.
Blythe, a spot of rain falls on your cheek.
I know.
It was pretty dark in here. Okay, I'm going to light my lantern.
Cool. Yeah, you cast it around. It makes spooky shadows on out of all of the things because like those shadows are in the wrong place.
Do I see immediately, obviously, any bottles of wine?
Not full ones.
Yeah, half bottles. I just want to like read the label and, I want to know where this came from. I'm looking, I'm scrounging for like suspicious things.
Is this reading a charged situation or is it acting under pressure?
I mean, I've broken into someone's house.
Charged situation. I like the way you made that charged. That's good. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. I might need your help here, Charles.
Oh, right. Who do I have to get?
And I think I literally say that. I'm like, Charles, just let's.
I mean, you can't
Look for
read,
anything
can you?
Yeah, true. Good point. I can't read. Okay, so yeah, so I'm just like, just sort of leading you around with me, being like, what does this say? And look in that box for me and things like that.
All right.
That's so cute.
I will play the part of the unwitting helper and just sort of go around and as she points, I'll go over and pick it up and start reading it.
Unfortunately, your help is not going to get me anywhere because I suck at rolling this session.
Hey,
That is a 3.
hey Blythe, someone's coming up the hill towards Thorn's place.
Damn it.
Up the road.
What do they look like?
They look like Christopher Potts.
No, that's the worst. No.
I give the whistle.
Okay.
They
I use
stop.
this whistle all the time on the boat. It's actually the shut up and listen to me whistle, but it's the only whistle I can muster
Tristan,
at this moment.
Yeah.
I grab the scruff of Tristan's neck and start yanking him towards the door. Time to go.
I bring like one of the half-empty bottles with me.
Yep. At the sound of the whistle, Potts stops for a moment and then starts hurrying up the hill.
No. Are we okay? Does it seem like we will get out of the house before he gets to the
That
house?
sounds like acting under pressure.
Okay, it does. It does absolutely sound like that. All right, which is balance in this case, isn't it? We need to go quickly. All right. Oh my god! What is happening to me?
Can we both
I'm
help?
so useless. I mean, yeah, that's true. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Blythe
definitely
is
helping.
definitely helping.
All right. Okay. All right. Yep. Well, if you're both helping, we.
I think if
No,
you-
never mind.
No.
Come on.
Oh my god. wow, this is all
And
going
by
horrible.
blocking, I mean blocking your way.
Hmm.
So
Prove
the
it.
windows
Yeah.
aren't glass in this period, are they? Are they?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no? Oh,
Well, actually,
okay.
there can be glass windows, but I would say Thorn probably
No,
wouldn't
Thorn
have.
wouldn't have glass windows.
Mhm.
Yeah. What do you break as you're like what part
It's
of
gotta
the
be a
house do
bottle
you?
of wine.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I was gonna say, what
Like
part of the
Christopher
house do you
gave her,
damage on the
right?
way out?
What part of the house?
The fence.
I was going to.
You hit your head and some shingles like fall off the roof as you're like ducking out the like the entrance you came through. It makes a horrible sound and you hear Christopher call out, "Ho! Who goes there? Is that Life? Miss Cooper?"
Mr. Potts, how lovely to see you. We were just checking
Is
if,
this a burglary?
No, you silly man. What do you think Thorn has in it that's worth stealing?
He's like, "Is that Tristan Sallow? My God, what a deviant!"
Oh.
Now listen here. I will not have you call my friends deviant. I'm out for a stroll and is.
Are you drunk, Underwood?
I'm sorry?
Oh, yeah, he's like, Underwood is drunk. Tristan is here raiding Thorn's house. Or I'm going to have to speak to the mayor immediately. And like just turns.
I believe
Christopher, don't be ridiculous.
I grab him.
Oh.
like, Hang on.
Yep. Yeah, you gonna act with force?
No. Oh, I guess, like, it depends how hard it is to grab him.
I mean, he's going to report a crime. If you try and touch him, he's going to think you're trying to kill him.
That sounds like acting with force then.
Yes.
Alright, acting force.
Oh, this isn't going to go well.
Yes.
We've rolled.
We've got to intimidate him.
Hey, I got a 9.
All right.
Nice.
Choose 2.
Mm-hmm. Well, I obviously don't want to do... Well, I want definitely want to impress...
I think there's one coming at you because that's like fists.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would love to impress, dismay, or frighten my enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And I will choose to...
Sorry, what does impress,
need
dismay, or frighten
hold of
mean
it.
to you?
Sorry?
What does impress, dismay, or frighten mean to you? Because to me it means he thinks you're a scary criminal that might murder him.
No.
That's
It
why I'm
clearly
asking.
means-
Yeah.
Because that's bad. That's
me,
actively a bad result.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking.
To me it means... Oh, to me it just means being somebody that's worth listening to.
Right, okay.
Go off and do something stupid, like telling somebody about something.
Yep, sure, cool. Yeah, no, that's good.
Exactly.
That's good.
Because he already thinks that we're dangerous criminals.
Yeah, I know,
That would be
that's
no
why I
change.
was asking because my interpretation didn't seem appropriate.
Well, I don't like, Black doesn't believe that Christopher hasn't been involved in things and done stuff. I don't think he's an innocent. So that's not something I worry about. So my other option is my other pick is to take a hold of the situation. Take a definite hold of the situation.
Cool. So take a hum.
Yep.
And yeah, you grab a hold of him and pull him up by his lapels, and he boxes you a little, and then realizes he's struck a woman and is like stops.
Gosh. I laugh at him, even though I know I shouldn't because it's not a good time to laugh at somebody.
Yeah.
But I just can't help it. It just looks so silly. Like he would have hit me. That's very funny. Like he would have actually been able to do any damage to me.
I mean, yeah. I think he gets you on the ear and then is like, "Oh shit."
Oh sure, yeah. But I just find it funny.
Yeah.
And then I'm
Spike
like,
is like a clearly like big tough sailor type,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
I'm taller than
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, hang on, where are you rushing off to?
He's like, what are you folks doing in Thorn's home?
Look, we were worried about Thorn. We came to speak to her, and she's, you know how she is. She's not always well, and I've known her a long time. This isn't the first time I've just let myself in. It's not that big a deal.
He's like, she's not at home. I see. Well, then you should have waited for her to be around, and yeah, and he's like, he's like, don't think it's appropriate, you being so personal.
I don't think it's appropriate you being so personal. And I like cross my arms and like look at him.
Yeah, and he's
I'm
like,
going to
he's like, I was just coming to deliver a gift. He says, like gesturing to the bottle of wine in his hand.
Yeah, you keep doing that a lot, don't you?
I'm going to interrupt and go
Good,
for
good.
the now, Christopher. We were just when Thorn didn't answer the door, we were just checking to make sure she's all right. These are dangerous times, and things happen to people. So we just wanted to make sure that everybody was okay.
You trying to manipulate him or intimidate him?
Intimidate him.
Intimidate him and intimidate him and make him tell you why he's interested in Thorn, because it's got to be something sinister. Make him tell you. I can't make him tell me because I'm not tough enough.
Well, you'll have to say it
I
then.
mean, I'll give it a go. First, I have to intimidate him.
No, first you have to tell me how you're saying what you want. Like how does he know what you want?
I would put it in that same speech where I'm like, dangerous things happening to people, you know, but if we all work together and we're all on the same side, everybody stays safe, you know? Don't need to bring the law into this. We've got each other's backs.
All right.
So I'm looking for something, and I'm going through my pockets, and I pull out my knife. I'm just kind of holding my knife whilst I'm going.
So what is it you want?
I want him to just drop it.
Drop.
As in, he was going to alert people that we'd gone into the
Oh, okay. You want him
house.
to not alert people. Cool. All right. Sure.
Not alert people. And if I vibe from Tristan, I would also like to know, but don't know if I can tack that onto the same role. Why he's so interested in Thorn?
I kind of got the impression that the result of the act with force means that you have definite hold of the situation, which, like, to me indicates that he's not going to run off and tell someone, because otherwise we wouldn't have definite hold of it, right?
You have definite hold of him.
Situation
He's not getting
would
away.
mean
Okay.
it would also mean that he's not about to go right now and tell somebody, but that doesn't mean
Yeah.
that when we leave the situation,
Exactly.
he's
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I don't think you can tack that on. You could do that. You could
Yeah.
do either.
You gotta find out why. You gotta find out why. At any cost.
at any cost.
He's a bad guy.
That would be so funny, though. I mean, I might just do it just because it's funny. Because I'm like in the middle of like, you know, and like, you know, bad things can happen to people, you know, and also why
do you care so much?
Going anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, what's it to you? I mean, she's old. I mean, you know, and you're.
She could be his
I
mom.
mean, yeah, look, you're a young man, not that young. You're quite older than me, but also you've got a long life ahead of you, and there's a lot of women for you in this. What am I like? I don't know what I'm
This
saying.
doesn't sound like an intimidate anymore.
Tristan's way, and like, yeah, why are you so interested? And I've still got him by the lapels.
All right. Roll it.
What? I have to roll again.
Oh, did you already roll? Was that? Oh, you rolled a second.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
I rolled
I didn't.
15.
I
Yeah.
didn't see that one. Well,
Nice. That's awesome. You don't need our help.
Not really.
I feel like this is still definitely an intimidate because I think what she's doing is she's turning the accusation of deviancy around on him, being like, no, you're the strange deviant. Why are you chasing this older woman? Don't you know how that looks? Kind of thing.
yeah. So this is a bit where I have to resolve like my honesty to the fiction versus my honesty to the rules, which is tricky for me. So I'm just trying to work out where the balance lies there.
How so?
Like what he would say and like how he would answer this, in that like because he's not going to just because like he's not going to just say I'm like this is my ulterior evil motive, right? Like that's not a thing that
Well, I mean, I feel like he is if he is impressed, dismayed, or frightened.
Yeah.
The question comes down to how brave is he? How much does he care about his like personal safety versus, whatever
I'm
else?
going to abstract this. I'm going to abstract it. So I think that solves my problem. So I think you like push him for a bit and like shake him, and like we see this kind of like semi-interrogation between no one's sure whether Blythe or Tristan is the good cop and who's the bad cop, but like there's definitely like a back and forth with like with a leering Charles in the background, just waving a knife occasionally, being like, "Yeah,"
Yeah.
and you get the impression that he is short on money, or like that he is in debt, and that Thorn has a secret that would solve that. He has access to he has access to all the creditors in the world, right? He can put as much as he wants in on the card, but he's quite far down that rabbit hole at this point. He spent a lot of money on wine.
Eventually, that's gonna fucking right. Good.
So either she has some secret fortune that we don't know about, which is entirely possible with old widows, or we were right and she knows about the treasure.
Or it's not got to do with money, it's got to do with power. She has
She might have some. Yeah, that's true. I mean, she's a healer, like, so she presumably serves, could serve important people in the town, or like might have helped them.
Healers and doctors do tend to collect a lot of secrets.
True.
They know who's
True.
had abortions and who's not a virgin anymore, and who's
Yeah, exactly.
screwing around, and
I think we need to find her. We need to. She'll know what she has that's worth taking.
well, are we going to give up on her for the evening and head out to the lighthouse?
Yeah, maybe.
I've got the gleam of treasure in my eye.
I like that. Is Christopher still there? I'm like,
Oh, is he still there?
Yeah, I don't think we're not having a conversation about this, no.
1 minute.
Yeah, exactly. No, okay, so we don't have that conversation. I don't know, I think that's up to Blythe.
Like, I mean, there's not really anything else to do with him eventually. Like, I'm not going to stab him.
No.
I think, like, I feel like, given that we abstracted it, I feel like the conversation didn't come to a satisfying conclusion either. We just got that impression from yelling at him for a really long time.
Yeah.
And so eventually we just run out of steam and we're just like, all right, well, you have a good evening.
Give it a
Yeah, we just
shot.
sort of go like, we'll all agree to just
We just
like,
stop.
like he can stop. If he stops yelling at us about being deviants, we'll stop yelling at him about being a deviant, and we'll all just continue on with our
Everyone's
night.
a deviant.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
think it's just a sort of a stalemate where we're all kind of like, okay, I guess.
Mm.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I feel like we run out of energy. We all run out of energy. We're just like, all right.
Yeah.
There'll be
I like
options.
make a point of like closing and carefully closing the door to the house, and like I like pluck a flower off a nearby bush and like leave like delicately put it on the doorstep and write a little note that's
No, you
like
don't.
why not?
You can't
Oh, because I
read.
can't write anything. Okay, I say to Charles, Charles,
Yes.
write me a note. Say
I was just like,
Thorn dropped by, let myself in, but you weren't home. We'll visit later, Tristan.
right?
And I say it like really loudly so that Christopher can hear me say this casual, friendly note, whatever.
What was the last bit again?
Never. We'll find you later,
No.
Tristan.
There you go.
Yep. And I put that in the. I sort of like slip it under the door, like underneath the door.
And and Christopher keeps like looking over his shoulder saltily as he like ambles back down towards the pickle.
Yeah.
You've
I
left a
can't
note.
absolutely guarantee that she won't mind me doing that, but I feel like that's a safer bet than whatever Christopher would do. So I'll do. Like I figure I'll risk her wrath later.
Yeah.
That seems right.
Cool. What do you do?
Lighthouse?
Yeah.
Where we? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, as you start getting towards the lighthouse, the wind has picked up. It is wet, and by the time that you get like out to within like calling distance of it, the light is lit, and I think you see the first like flash of lightning out to sea.
And I'm just like, oh yeah, over the storm, like, oh yeah, I saw some rain before, but I thought it would go away.
I kind of make a noise and I go, yes, it tends to do that. Like really sarcastically.
I can feel
How to deal with the weather things. Captain deals with the weather things.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm sure she'll blow over.
worst bosun ever.
We continue on with our lantern. It's like a good proper hooded lantern, because that's the only kind of ship would have.
Yep. Cool. Yeah, you make your way to towards the lighthouse, and it is casting its like long, slow light across the like the nape, and then the town and the docks, and then back out to sea. And it's got its long, slow turn, and like the rain washes against the side in sheets, and the like reeds and things here at the top where it's like very muddy are all like sideways. Yeah.
I sort of like shout over the wind to the others as we get to the door. Do you think there's anyone home? Should we knock?
It's raining.
Good point. I just like try the door handle.
It opens.
Okay. I guess we pile inside then.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you head in. It's dark inside. I think there is a candle that is set, but just the one. And then there's the stairs leading away up through the like tall hollow structure. There's a table here with I think it's got cards set out on it.
Like playing cards?
Yeah, playing cards. But again, I don't know when playing cards are invented. But I'm happy to go with they exist. And they're set out. There's 6 set out on the table in a T shape. And I think like some of them are flipped over and some of them aren't. And then there's you can see the door that leads into the quarters. And then you can hear like the howling of the wind at the top of the lighthouse.
I like call out through the doorway. Ho! Anyone at home?
I think you hear from above. You hear someone like yell down and be like, "Who's down there? This isn't the weather for it. Make yourself warm yourself a little, and I'll be down there in a moment."
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So yeah, I think there are like big blankets and things that are like clearly for like coming in out of the weather.
Yeah, right. I take off my overcoat and shake it a little bit and hang it by the stove and pick up a towel or a blanket and sort of dry myself with it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The furnishings are basic.
Very basic, yeah.
Is there anything? So there's the cards.
Mm-hmm.
There's the candle.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else around, like hanging on the walls, or any kind of like trinkets or collected things, anything like that?
There's a charcoal drawing on the wall. In fact, I think there are a bunch of charcoal drawings on the wall, and I think
Airplane.
they're aeroplanes. No, I think they are.
That seems unlikely.
So yeah, there are a bunch of charcoal drawings on the wall. There's the box for the cards is a wooden box that's really nice. Like these cards are are treasured. There's a rosary hanging off of like a hook near the table.
Isn't that okay? Is that a specifically Catholic thing, or am I getting
Yeah,
that wrong?
it's specifically Catholic.
There you go.
Yeah, those are the obvious things.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you do anything, or did you just?
The rosary. Can I look at it and see if it's valuable?
It's valuable, like as a rosary. It's not an expensive one.
Okay. All right, I'll leave it where it is. I wasn't going to steal it. I just wanted to know more about them.
Is there anything else you want to do in the few minutes that you've got?
I think I sort of like peer in the doorway to the quarters, but I don't go through.
Yeah, it's like it's a little bit dusty. The bed is not made well, but it is made. There are a bunch of there's probably a couple of dishes next to a pot for cleaning them.
Oh, actually, no. More importantly, I look closely at the cards because I want to see whether A, I recognize what kind of cards they are, B, whether I recognize like what kind of game or whatever is being played here. Like, do I recognize them or what's being done with them?
I feel like that's acting under pressure, maybe. Like that's the tool that I have for like check that you don't that isn't one of the like.
Because we don't have.
I mean,
scout
really,
law.
realistically, it's actually just the GM makes a move. The GM like says what happens. So
Yeah, exactly. Like I would argue that as an old sea dog, I might know some
they
games.
are playing cards. This is not a game you know.
Okay. Do I get a sense whether it's a single player or multiplayer game?
If it's a game, you don't know how it works.
Okay.
Are there two seats at the table?
No.
Or more? There's only one.
Yep.
Okay.
The cards that are turned over are the 10 of spades, the Queen of Hearts, and the 5 of diamonds.
Okay.
Those are the 3 that are turned across to make the cross across the T.
Okay. And the what of diamonds? Sorry.
The 5 of diamonds, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Sure.
After a few minutes, you hear the sound of like of the wood creaking on the stairs as he makes his way down. He's like, "Are you travelers? Are you lost? It's a nasty night to be out."
I think I sort of like kind of look to the others with a bit of a like, you should talk.
I thought you might be some kids making trouble.
No. I was very sorry to impose upon you on this rather inclement evening. We were merely out for a stroll. We'd heard of the lighthouse, and we seemed to be caught in this storm. I guess we didn't pay enough attention to the drops that we felt earlier. It seems to be really coming down out there.
He's like, yes, well, the Lord would approve of sheltering the blind.
I agree. My name is Christopher.
He's like, Christopher, good to meet you. You're an educated man.
Well, perhaps a little. I'm a Christian soul, and my mother raised me with scripture and strictness.
I have a question, Derek. Just for me. Are you deceiving him here in any way?
No.
Is there a reason you gave him a different name?
No.
Your name is
No, my
Charles.
name? Charles. I meant to say Charles.
Okay, that's
Sorry.
what I was. That's why I
You were
was
like,
checking. I was like,
Okay, this guy's my identity
I must
from
have-
this man.
I must have seen Christopher somewhere.
This old man who lives
Christopher
alone
Fox.
must not know my true name.
I was trying to work out what your ploy was, and I'm like, did you just forget your name?
Sorry.
okay.
I meant to say Charles.
That's fine. Yeah, he's like, well, it's good to have a man of God in the house. And like, like, goes and like sits in the only chair at the table. He's like, and it's like, get closer to the stove. Warm yourself.
All right.
It's like,
in an
it's
effort
like,
to kind of put his name out of him again, I say, these are my two friends, Tristan and Blythe.
yeah. He's like, sorry, I don't get many visitors. Albert something. No, he just says Albert. He just says, I'm Albert. I'm the lighthouse keeper here. Have been for 40 years.
40 years.
He's like,
I bet you've.
No.
I bet you've seen plenty of things in that time.
he's like, aye, many strange things out on those waters.
the sea, when it speaks, can certainly speak strange things. I've heard of. I mean, obviously, this is a rather dangerous part of the coastline. Have you seen any shipwrecks?
It's like a few. He's like, sometimes I swear, people. I've seen lights out. I don't think he thinks. Actually, he's like a few. And he's like, some of the people from further inland sometimes come out and set false lights and lure them in, and then. But they're always whenever something hits those rocks, they're down there scavenging it. Quick, smart.
Really?
Barbarians.
Pardon?
Barbarians. I work on a ship. That's unconscionable.
He's like, there's not much money in sheep these days.
But still, to put murder in your heart.
He's like, yeah, and he says, they'll get what comes to them. This is only this life is only a test. If we stay our course, we'll.
The Lord's justice is always prevalent.
All we can do is pray for those that are lost. And I think at that point he takes the rosary off the hook, and like just starts like thumbing through it.
Yeah. I walk over to the fire and I say, so have you what can you tell us about the history of the lighthouse? It was put here obviously to protect the reefs, but do you know who built it and why they chose this spot?
He's like this the entrance to this bay is very narrow. He says this lighthouse has been here in some form since. Oh no! I need to know history. I think he says. I can look this up actually. Give me a second. I'm trying to remember where this is.
While you do that,
It's Northumbria. So he's like this has been here in some form since the kings of Northumbria.
Oh.
I raise an eyebrow like I know what that refers to. I'm being quiet in this conversation, and I was struck by the fact that he saw people lead ships. Like, his job is a lighthouse keeper. Lighthouses are meant to secure the safety of ships, and yet he saw people lead ships inland to get shipwrecked, and he hasn't said or done anything about it.
Oh, yeah, right, yep.
So I'm sort of taking a close studying glance of his aging face and trying to learn a bit more about this person.
Yeah, go for it.
That's a 9.
You got a question to ask.
Yes, I do. Where did I put the questions? Sorry.
There's a handout in the basic moves.
Here we go.
Sorry.
I got it. Sorry. I think I want to know, what does this character need most?
Good question.
Yeah.
A
friend.
No, it's his faith. His faith is the thing that he holds on to so dearly. He needs to know that, like, that is the thing that like he needs. He has it to a certain degree, but anything that gives him more, that says, like, what he believes is real. It's obviously like a safety blanket for him, right? There's something that he's scared of, and this is his refuge. This will protect
Right.
him.
So I think I'm gonna try the tact of, those those people, if they led a ship into the rocks just to scavenge its insides, that's a gain that before God they don't deserve. Do you think that God might have the hidden the wares of one of those wrecked ships from them as sort of a justice? Have you heard of any that have never been found?
He's like, I'm sure there are some that have. He's like, most of them they scavenge, but I'm sure there must be some that have never been found. But, and he's like, but I've never seen such a thing under the light.
Wow, nice one. Albert, I hate to impose, but it's clear that we can't go back through the storm tonight. Can we shelter here?
You see him you see him like look up the tower, like just for a moment, just glance worriedly up the tower, and then is like, of course. He's like, I haven't a pallet for you, but take as many rugs and things as you need. I feel the cold awfully. My accents look really weird.
Thank you. What's that?
Oh, I was just laughing at my posh accent coming through his
Oh.
awfully.
I say thank you so much. I like I say, truly do not wish to impose upon you, but we should really wait out this storm.
He's like, I should get back to checking the fire.
Good man.
So yeah,
Good man. God be with you.
He's like, Jesus be with you, and like heads back up, and yeah, you can see he's like reluctant to go up, but at the same time like hurrying to deal with whatever it is that's up the top there.
I think I yell after him, do you need any help? Are you alright?
No, it's fine. He's like, it's dangerous up here. He's like, it's dangerous. I don't need any help. This is my job.
Yeah, I'll leave it.
Cool. Yeah, I'll leave it.
Do we do anything else, or do we rest the night?
I think I wanted to have a conversation with the two of you,
Mm-hmm.
and I might just say, back there, you reached into the voices of the night, Tristan.
I just sort of like raise my eyebrows at you.
I feel like something is coming to a head, and I feel like it's not a natural thing.
Hmm.
I'm not sure.
Yes.
I'm not sure if it's good or ill, but I think we need to be very careful. And I wanted to ask you about your opinions of the things that we see when we reach beyond this world.
I sort of like kind of like give a sidelong look at Blythe to kind of like see like what her expression is like.
It probably surprises you because I'm also like, yeah, like
Yeah,
what's
definitely.
this? Because this has been like this is a follow on from our previous conversation.
Yeah.
So for the first time, I'm like, yeah, what is going?
Yeah, okay, yeah. So that definitely like he kind of like sort of makes a kind of a noise, and then it says well, let's see. Strange sounds like someone crying or maybe laughing.
Yeah.
And I'm sort of like, that's what I say, but I intone it as though it's a question to both of you.
I haven't heard this specifically. The thing that I've seen is a fog surrounding the bay, and a feeling of great dread or danger coming from it.
When we were on the boat with
Sally?
old man Ryan, bless his soul. I had a feeling about this fog, but it came with the sound. The fog and the sound of this person. And it's hard to tell if it's. And I'm sort of like, as I'm saying this, I'm like talking to Charles, but I'm like looking really intently at Blythe and sort of being like, hard to tell if it is a sound of sorrow or of mirth. You know?
Well, I mean, it can't be happiness.
Could be bitterness, perhaps.
Could be madness.
Could be that too. But who's making it? That's the question. Or who was? Or who will? I'm not entirely sure how these things work.
I don't really want to talk about things I've seen, but I can't make any good sense of them.
Well, and I think I sort of like listen out the door. Is the storm still like fully going?
Yeah, like the like whistling of different like holes and the like the like gap around the door and stuff is still like
And
you hear the flashing of the rain and the whistling of the door.
Did Albert sorry I missed, did he give any indication of like it's okay for us to like wait out the storm or,
Yeah, he
or like
said you're welcome to stay.
to stay the night?
Yeah,
Okay,
he just had a weird look before he said so.
Sorry. We'll just wait for that. Sorry, Ash, what did you say?
He just had a weird look before he said so.
Yeah. Well, I'm feeling we should take him up on this offer because it's very dangerous outside. And perhaps sometimes being near the sea, you're closer to these things. Sometimes it can be easier to hear what you want to hear nearer to the sea,
Sure.
I find.
I agree. And the only reason there is a note of hesitation in my voice is sometimes I don't want to open that door.
That's understandable. And I think that's all I sort of say. I'm just like, yes.
Yeah.
And I think no, actually, I think I sort of like kind of put a hand like on reassuringly kind of on your arm, and I say, Charles, we've talked much about the sea, what it gives, what it takes away. The sea is most frightening when you don't understand it, when the currents of it are strange to you, and the tides are unpredictable. But the more you learn, and the longer you spend getting to know the sea, the less frightening it becomes.
I'm like in the background, like, I don't know where this is going anymore.
I don't know where it's going either.
I'm trying to reassure you, being like, yeah, it's scary, but like all of these things are less scary the more you know about them. Like we're not gonna get less scared by avoiding.
That's our dynamic, right? Where you teach me about the sea, right?
Yeah. That's the bond we have, yeah.
Well, I would think that would be very reassuring to me. So I say, all right, well, let's perhaps no more of this can be discussed tonight. Some sleep.
Some sleep.
Sounds like a good place for a break.
Okay. Yep.
Nice.
All right, we'll be back in a minute, Chad.